And Mark is like he passed away. He was the nicest human on the planet. The guy
I've heard
could,
that
yeah,
regularly.
he could de-escalate any situation. Such a sweetheart. And one of his strengths was understanding what he didn't know, right? And again, and when I talked about the beginning, when he came to me, he knew he wanted to make a flight sim game, a flying game, and he was 100% passionate about well, I would say the three C's, but it's not the camera control and character, but the character is your X-wing, right? He was all in on that, and he lit up when he talked about flight control and like getting I don't know if you remember playing it, that like the multiple reticle thing about how we struggled with that for the longest time. And I remember him like coming up with the idea and coming out of his office, and he was just like glowing, like, I think I got it. But that was his bread and butter. He loved doing that stuff. But he also understood what he didn't know, and he didn't know the Star Wars universe as much as we did. And so that's why, he leaned on us for that expertise. And so he was always able to like soak up all the information and then make a call. So at a critical time on that project, multiple critical times, we had there was already a difficulty working with Factor Five. They were close, but they were off site, right? They were like a 5 minute car ride away. And we didn't have Zoom back then. So we either had to be on the call or like run over to their office if there's something critical. And we would do that regularly. We'd drive down there and have meetings and like go over stuff. Um, but like, there were times, like I remember one time we talked about a mini map, and like we weren't going to get a mini map, and we were like, okay, we'll just move on without it. And then like 2 days later it showed up, and we were like, well, we didn't design anything, like we don't know how this is supposed to work. It was a good thing to have in the game, but we didn't discuss how it was going to be integrated, and it just threw everybody for a loop. And Mark came in and like settled everything, and we had a meeting. We talked about what the design needs were and what the engineering needs were. He just had a way of de-escalating everything. He would just kind of like, and I think it was just his extreme calmness that when you were around him, you just kind of like, just like felt really calm, because he was always even keeled. Like he never raised his voice. The greatest person. I extremely sad that he's no longer with us, because I sure he would have gone on to do great things. But yeah, he was an awesome leader. I miss him a lot. And yeah, I've worked with a lot of project leaders in my time, and I don't know if anybody could have weathered it as well as he did, and gotten the result that he did. Right. I think there could have been people who like were like drill sergeants and really got us moving, but I don't know if we would have had that passion again to deliver that product for him, because he was just so enthusiastic about the whole thing.